629. 629 million people. That is half of ASEAN population. And those half of the population are under 30, like you and me. So what does the number tell us? The number says that ASEAN is in its prime state because we have so many young people, right? But if you want to make a name for yourself here, keep in mind that it will be extremely competitive. ASEAN. I first heard of ASEAN when I was in 11th grade in a history class. And at the time, studying about it as an intergovernmental organization make it seem too political, too macro and too distant for me. But back then, I didn't know that ASEAN was always there, being very people-centered and being very youth-oriented. And in order to make full use of this young workforce, governments, private and external sectors are all trying, and they have to engage this young population into the region. Well, you may be asking, what do I know about all of this? I'm a university student, like most of you here, but I have stepped out of my comfort zone to have traveled around ASEAN. And I have joined in several exchange programs within the region. I was the youngest delegate for the SHIP for Southeast Asian and Japanese Youth Program. I was a representative for Vietnam National University for the ASEAN University Students Week in Indonesia, and some other more. So from my exposure and my experience with ASEAN, I can only reassure that there's so many great opportunities out there waiting for you to grab them, just like I did. And thanks to the fact that ASEAN countries are opening doors to welcome other countries in, we're having so many great products and services like this. Or let's say your vacation. 5-10 years ago, it was just uncommon, it was just hard to travel abroad. But now, you take a quick look on your Facebook feed and you kind of see everyone hopping on planes, going to Bangkok, to Singapore, to Bali. Well, it's true that we're earning a lot more, so we can afford traveling like that. But it's actually very different. We don't even need a visa to go to this country. And flights are so much cheaper now. And let's talk about work. Years ago, working abroad seems like something, very out of reach. But the picture is different now. So half a year ago, I had an internship with a social enterprise that supports startups and SMEs in Vietnam. And on working there, I was totally amazed by the amount of people coming from Singapore, from Malaysia, going into our country to set up their own business. And I remember this one guy who came here. He was 20 years old, my age. And he was running his own startup here. And the funny thing is that he had many Vietnamese graduate students working under him. And before I got exposed to ASEAN, I must say that I was a very proud person. I would always go to the top school. I would always get the high scores. And you imagine, in every society we have like a checklist where we write down all the things that make a person considered to be decent, to be fine, to be potential. Like, going to the top school, winning a regional prize on a certain subject, earning a lot of money, things like that. So the thing is, I was able to tick off many things from the list, which made me, in turn, thought that I was a potential person, very cool person, something like that. But on meeting and working with my ASEAN peers, I've realized a few things. I've realized that I was a potential person, yes, but only in my community, only in the community that I live in. And the world is so much globalized now. Just ticking off all of these things from your community checklist is never enough. You always need more. And yeah, and I've also come to a realization that many of our Vietnamese young students are working so hard, which I'm really proud of. But the question is, are we working smart? We work very hard in our own limits. And we don't see what's happening beyond the limit. We don't see what's happening out there. We think that it's good, that we're working so hard. Well, I think you must be careful, because it's a trap. It traps you in your own limit. There's no more room for innovation, and there's no more room for further development. You're stuck inside the limit. Also, I've also noticed that because we're so entitled to being a good student or being whatever we want to be, we've become so indifferent. A few months back, I was invited to be a speaker on a peer-to-peer sharing workshop on youth opportunities at a famous university in Ho Chí Minh City. So during the whole session, I was patiently waiting for that one question that really triggered me and challenged me about youth opportunities, about ASEAN, but I found no luck. All the questions that I received was about studying English, tips to study, English vocabularies, how to listen well, things like that. Well, they weren't interested in broader topics and more concerning issues. So we all know that English is very important, right? After that day, I've realized that many of us are not seeing a bigger picture, but we're only seeing one trivial goal. While our ASEAN peers are already taking action and making contributions. So that's a few things that I've realized from my exposure and my experience with ASEAN and my fellow youths. But the good thing is, we can always change, right? We can always change, just like I did. And I think that the first step for you to engage in this fast evolving world is to know about it. In this case, it's ASEAN. Be proactive. Look for ASEAN information. Connect with like-minded people that will motivate you to look further than that limit. Try looking on ASEAN cooperation, searching up ASEAN opportunities. Stay curious and be engaged. Because if you're not engaging in, you're being left out. And there will come that one person from a different country who comes here and take away what could have been yours if you try harder and smarter. We just need to be a little bit more informed and more inquisitive. And once you're ready, go out there and make this country proud. And also, remember this. Opportunities are endless, but they only come to the people that deserve them.
Are you one of those who deserve them? Deserve ASEAN's opportunity when you are still ignoring it? To me, before knowing ASEAN seemed that there was nothing imparting to my daily activity. I thought it was all about diplomacy, meetings, policy, agreements which are government responsibility. And I assumed, well, ASEAN was not my matter at that moment. Yes, it might be matter for me in the future, but not at that moment, and I didn't even care. My dear friends, this idea both of ignoring ASEAN has made us lie down the slope or reject all the advantages and chances that ASEAN brings to us in the last 50 years. Where were we and truly exist in the history flow of ASEAN? After a year of knowing ASEAN and being aware as an ASEAN citizen, I can't even believe that ASEAN had changed myself a lot. It brings me friends, cultural understanding, opportunity in leadership, public speaking, communication. Many times going abroad in youth leader exchange programs in different ASEAN countries. Moreover, ASEAN is a chance for me to raise my voice and opinion toward regional issues as a young people in the community. The fact is, 60% of ASEAN's population are young people, and the youth plays a really important role in the community. That's why ASEAN always try to give us lots of opportunity if only you dare to involve and learn about it. Let's start from changing yourself today. Step out your safe zone to the world. Let's think, feel, and be ASEAN. A question is that, how could I find lots of chances, lots of opportunities from ASEAN and take part in various of its programs? Well, the answer is just only one word: try. I know that all of you here know Google, and you use Google search for your opportunity. But have you ever taken those opportunities seriously and tried your best in those? If not, let's make a try. Last year, I tried to join the ASEAN Youth Video Contest on team volunteerism because of my passion in filmmaking, as well as I want to challenge myself in discovering the world. Fortunately, I won at the national level and was invited to Singapore for the training workshop. And I continue to win at the regional level and become the first winner of the contest. As you see, I tried and I did it. I know that every of us, we have our own talents, skills, knowledge, and passion that could be used to make our country be proud of. Through many exchange programs, and from what I have encountered, I could say, well, if you are brave enough to step out, your mission now is become an ASEAN citizen. Being an ASEAN citizen is making high appreciation of its diversity. Knowing ASEAN means that you know its people. And the more you get to meet, understand others, their value, their history, their culture, and their philosophy, the more you get to know about yourself. We are like robots that try to close ourselves in the classroom. We don't know or even care about things around us. During the APEC week this month, I realized that, yes, we do care. We do care about things around us. We care about trusting a Prime Minister of Canada jogs around Ho Chí Minh City Canal. We care about Trump's car to ask for his security and his struggling ASEAN handshake. Those both got a lot of likes and shares on Facebook. How about the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership? Do you care about those? Do you care about the opportunity and the challenges that you, the young people, will face when Vietnam be a member of APEC as well as ASEAN? And what should we prepare for the 4-year Industrial Revolution, which will make a really big impact to the ASEAN economic community as well as to our future career? And making a quick 10 questions online survey research about ASEAN and about the preparation of AEC was carried out by Chi-Chen, a student in Foreign Trade University. Of 100% people surveyed, 30% of them know about ASEAN without understanding. 20% are not even interested in ASEAN. That's why ASEAN opportunity could not reach to your hands. 50% knowing ASEAN just because of the AEC, the ASEAN Economic Community. I know that all of you here have know about the AEC and have learned about it. There will be free exchange in people, investment, taxes, visa requirement, and other barriers will be eliminated or relaxed for this free exchange. But as an economic community, are you in? And you really understand what does it mean to your future career? If not, Google might be a good tool for you. Make research on yourself. No one here used the same phone in the last 10 or 5 years, right? We are all updated to the new phone. So why don't you do the same to yourself? Update yourself about ASEAN. Sharing with other ASEAN friends, I could recognize that they already take all the opportunity and advantage from ASEAN. They even have the detailed plan of working abroad. How about us? We are still in the circle of studying English or defining our career. Others even don't like what they are studying, or they try to finish the university quickly with the degrees and believe those degrees will help them to be alive among all the changes and development of our region. Are we left behind other ASEAN friends? ASEAN is the community of opportunity. ASEAN gives us an endless opportunity, but it's also a very competitive field to be in. If you want to be alive, if you want to make a difference, make an innovation in changing yourself, do it now. Let's start from knowing ASEAN. Let's make our own mark as a Vietnamese youth and as a proud member of ASEAN, because no one else, the youth, will be the one who run the community in the future.
Think, feel, and be ASEAN.
Thank you very much.